Good day, YouTube. This is Power Surge. So I've been gambling since I was about 21, mostly playing craps, but I've played almost every table game in the casinos. And I've learned a few things over the years, talking to people, witnessing situations at the tables, and I put together a few basic mindset rules to govern yourself by that'll keep you in check while gambling and keep you from going off the rail and losing all sorts of money or making terrible decisions. So if you're a rookie gambler and you're just about to go to the casinos for your first time, you just turned 21, or if you're a veteran gambler, these philosophies will really aid you in not steering down the dark path of gambling, which makes people lose large amounts of money, causes huge amounts of stress and upset in their life, maybe problems in their relationships because they have a gambling problem or they lose so much money that it's a serious hardship and loss to them. So without further ado, here are some rules that you should abide by while gambling. First of all, study the game that you're going to play. If you're going to play blackjack, you should study blackjack. You should play a lot of blackjack on a simulator on your phone. You should talk to people who play blackjack, and you should even watch on the sidelines for a few minutes before approaching a blackjack table for the first time. Or if it's craps, or if it's roulette, whichever game you're playing. Then what you want to do while studying the game, you want to look at strategies and the history of the game and to really find out everything you can about this game that you're about to play. Many people have written articles or made videos about different strategies to play at a craps table or at a blackjack table. One of those is my video that there's a link in the description for it. You can check that out right there. But learn a good strategy and practice it on a simulator and then go to the casino to try it with real money. Don't just walk into a casino and go up to a table having very little understanding of the game and expect the dealers to just help you out. You're probably going to lose your money if that's your first time gambling. The number one rule of gambling, the mindset that all successful players should have, is that you need to walk away ahead. Quit the game ahead. This is your number one rule, and it's the hardest thing to do. Many people can play wild strategies, even wizards can count cards perhaps, but if they cannot walk away ahead, they're eventually going to lose. If you've won a substantial amount of money, passed a goal or an idea that you thought you could win, declare yourself a champion and walk away. Rule number one, must walk away ahead. So before you start playing, have in your mindset an amount of money that you would be happy winning, an amount of money that you'd be happy losing, and make sure to abide by that rule, and then set yourself a time limit and walk away. It doesn't matter if you're winning like crazy, you should probably walk away because eventually the odds will turn against you. Rule number two, so important, do not get too drunk and do not get too friendly with the people at the table or with anyone at the table, really. Be a nice, courteous guy, say hi, whatever, small talk, maybe, but you do not want to get drunk and you do not want to make serious relations with the people at the table for many reasons. Reason number one, obviously, if you drink too much, you're going to place bets you may not have planned on placing, or place bets emotionally and foolishly, and it's going to make you lose. Number two, if you are too drunk, you can't pay attention to the table and what's really going on clearly. So if you get paid out too much, or perhaps the dealer doesn't pay you out enough, because they're human beings, they make mistakes. I've seen times where dealers were exhausted and they're at the table and they're working their job, and this is Vegas, and the guy's paying me out extra, or he's not paying someone out at all. So you need to be very aware of that. It's okay to have a drink or two, but you must not get drunk at the table because you must have high awareness of what is going on at the table. As far as socializing with people, people will love to put their opinion on what you're doing gambling or criticize what you're doing. Sometimes if you win and they lose, they get very upset. Or let's say you're playing the don't pass on the craps table and a 12 comes up, well, you just won money and the other guy just lost. So you could be playing against or with the people depending on your strategy, and you don't want people to get pissed off, so you just place your bet quietly and do what you're going to do. The next spectrum is I've many times made great friends with people at the craps table, these really nice old people or nice gentlemen, old ladies, and I watch them win and they're up ahead, you know, a little bit, and then they don't walk away. And I suggest to them, man, you're doing great, you should go get a beer and take a break, you know? And they keep playing, their big pile of chips diminishes down, over the time, and by the time I'm ready to walk away, they're down to almost nothing. And then maybe they've got 5 chips left and they just throw it away. It's super sad to make a friend and then watch them lose all that money. Minimal socializing, try to be neutral at the table and pay attention to what's going on instead of conversing with people about what their jobs are, whatever. You don't care about those people. You may never see them again. You probably won't. They're just other players on vacation, tourists a lot of the time. Let them have their fun. You focus. And when people get emotional over winning or losing really bad, at least you weren't that close to them, so it helps to avoid those awkward moments. Now let's talk about losing, and you will see this very often if you go to the casino on a regular basis. Rule number 3 of gambling: do not ever, if you lose your bank that you went to gamble with, if you lose your starting money, do not ever think, I can win it back. Never think that. That is a toxic idea and a toxic mindset. When you've lost, let's say, $300 or $400, then you go to the ATM or you go to the room and get more cash and think, I can win it back, you're going to lose it. This is where people just lose their whole lives to gambling. This is the toxic mindset where they lose and then they go borrow. And I've seen it happen with my friends where the girlfriend loses $400 at the blackjack table, then goes to the ATM and withdraws another $400, loses that, runs out of money in her bank account, asks the boyfriend for $500, and in 3 days she's lost $2,500 when she should have just stopped at the first $400 or $500 and said, I'm done, that was my gambling money, I'm finished. Never think I can win it back. I can win it back is just a poisonous thought, okay? That's all I want to get through. If you get nothing out of this video and you're going to a casino and the only thing you remember of this video is never think I can win it back, that's great. You will be ahead of many people the first time they go gamble, and you have to be careful out there. This leads to my final rule, rule number 4 of gambling: never gamble with money that you're going to need tomorrow. If you need money, you should not be going to the casino anyway. If you are working on a regular basis and you put money aside for a vacation, or it's your birthday, or somehow you've come upon a nice chunk of money extra, and you want to go take that money to the casino and you'll still be comfortable if you lose it, that is the money that you gamble with. You never gamble with money that you might need tomorrow. If you're in that situation and you know deep in your heart whether you can afford to lose $400 or $500 on a whim one weekend. So that is one of the most important rules as well. Never gamble with money you don't have. So to recap, you want to do research and pick a game, study its history, study the strategies, pick one of those strategies and stick to it at the tables. While you're at the tables, keep these 4 rules in mindset. Rule number 1, you are going to quit ahead. When you are ahead, declare victory and walk away, you champion. Rule number 2, don't get too drunk, don't get too friendly. 1 or 2 drinks is cool, 1 or 2 moments of chat is cool. Leave the rest to everyone else. Rule number 3, never think I can win it back. Repeat after me. Never think I can win it back. Rule number 3, you can't win it back. Rule number 4, never gamble with money that you might need tomorrow. If you found this video helpful or informative, give it a thumbs up, feel free to subscribe, I make videos all the time, and share it with a friend if you and them might be going to the casino to play with some chips. And as always, good luck, have a great day.